Darren Criss. There he is.
Hi. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Oh, I like your short hair.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
cute.
you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are at a point,
like changing it up.
You're at a point in your career where you are utilizing the stylist, and it looks fantastic.
I'm offended. This is what this does is you're just you're telling me that anytime I've come in here before it was subpar. What about all those times? This isn't like my first rodeo here.
You always look super scorching hot. Today,
That's what I wanted
you
to
have
hear.
that edge. By the way, I've been told that you have.
Thank you, by the way.
You have a hard 805.
Hard 805.
What does that mean?
It's a hard out. That means he's got to leave.
Oh, you have to
Hard
leave.
805.
Where are
I
you
was like,
going
is what
after
is?
us?
Yeah, is this like some kind of lingo? I'm not sure.
He has to leave at
Sure,
805.
Where's he going after us?
So they used to say at Brasserie, give me a hard 805.
Where are you going next? What's your day all about pushing the show tonight?
We're just hawking snake oil around town, you know? We're just
Yeah.
telling people to check out basically what you guys just did for me. You said, tonight's night. And can I just say, it's also, I appreciate how you're making an effort to just watch it when it's on, as opposed to something where most people, because we're all busy, it's like, I'll DVR it. So I appreciate the effort.
No, it's an event.
It matters,
It is an
right?
event. It's exciting. And I will say we all love our Netflix, Amazon streaming, like bingey shows. But this is one of the more fewer shows with the amount of buzz attached to it that is actually a weekly event, which I think is actually kind of fun.
It's going to be big.
Yeah.
It better be good.
Well, Jesus, fingers crossed, man. That's the hope.
Where will you be watching it tonight?
Oh, I'll be at a bar somewhere. You know me.
Are you not going to watch?
I've seen it like a bunch of times already.
I know,
we've
but
done so many,
don't you want to watch it with friends?
No.
Why not?
Really?
Why don't you come over tonight? Why don't you guys come over tonight? We'll sit around with the dog.
What time is it on?
I don't know.
Maybe I might. I don't know. I have zero plans. I haven't really thought about it. Actually, I'll tell you what I was going to do, because we're all in town. I think Edgar Ramirez is in town. Ricky Martin is in town. And we've all seen it a bunch of times, so we were probably going to get together and
All right, fine.
maybe we'll watch it
Then
together.
don't come over.
And
Whatever you
then
do,
maybe we'll come
do
over.
not come to my house
How
tonight.
many
Absolutely.
episodes are there?
It's 9 total.
It is total. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Guys, this is like a total bookend. I remember coming in here like a year ago
Yeah.
and talking about this,
Yeah.
if not more than that. So I've been around here during this process, and here we are.
may I say something? May I say something on the show that has my name on it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's your name, all right?
Okay,
Um,
I'll allow it.
I am watching you out on the road doing a great job promoting what's happening tonight, what's kicking off tonight. 9 episodes of this amazing story that it's about time it's being told, especially your character, Andrew Cunanan. We'll get into him in a second. But you, in my opinion, don't get mad at me for saying this.
Oh, wow.
I think that you are about to hit it into high gear in your career. And you're already there. You're already a superstar, and you're fantastic. Darren, I really, truly think this is going to put you on a level in the entertainment business that is just incredible. And I think
Thanks,
you deserve
buddy.
it.
Thank you.
We all love you so much.
What he's really
thanks,
trying to
guys.
say is don't forget the small
That's
people
right.
that helped you along the way. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you saying that. I mean, I am aware of look, actors and artists are only as good as the moments they're given. You know, it's sort of out of your hands. You can only work so hard and apply yourself and be so proactive, which I think many of us have been in our career, but it's sort of that alchemy of that and then the opportunity presenting itself. So I do feel that. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what that means, and I appreciate the vote of confidence, and I'm very excited about what is to come. I feel like I'm on this sort of the click, 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 click of the roller coaster is kind of going up, and it can either be a really crappy roller coaster or a really fun one. But I still have that excitement of like, oh man, like drop's about to come, let's go.
Well,
put your hands up.
It couldn't happen to a better person.
Thanks,
I mean,
man. We'll see.
We know your family, your brother, your mom, your dad. They're just all great people. He's the product of a fantastic, fantastic family.
I'd like to agree with that.
Now, Andrew Cunanan. See, I'm the old guy in here, the old fart. And so I was fully awake and fully alive when this happened back in
1997.
What?
97?
Late 90s.
97. I just had hernia surgery, and I was stuck at home without a
Hernia
car.
surgery. That'll be our band name. That's another.
And I was on all sorts of crazy meds for the pain.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I would turn on the news. This guy, Andrew Cunanan, had killed Gianni Versace.
Did you think you were high? Like, did you think that this hadn't actually happened, or
Yeah, where you were just like.
what were you?
I was just
researching?
high enough to fantasize about this. I had a house out in Eastern Long Island, and they said there was a chance that Andrew Cunanan was there with friends. and I was totally convinced he was going to break in and make sweet love to me.
Well, he would have broken in and
Because
done
there
something.
is-
spirit. That's the drug-induced spirit.
The thing about Andrew Cunanan, and a lot of people don't know this, he killed other people.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe more than 5 people.
He killed 5 people.
Talk
total.
about this character that you
Well, I mean,
have done here.
all the information is sort of out there and also not out there. I mean, we know the cold hard facts as far as the sort of homicidal history that he had by the end, but I think it's more of the personal life and his backstory that we don't know about, and we will never really know the true complexity of it. But we can kind of piece a lot of the emotional arcs together based on what we do know. I think what's so interesting about this particular story being the second season from a crime story that we all knew about, The People versus O.J. Simpson, that had an overwhelming amount of information on it. We can all remember where we were, what it meant, and even if you didn't know much about it, you still knew a lot about it in comparison to this, which is the most famous part about this entire crime is basically not only in the title, but in the first several minutes of our show. And then we have 9 episodes to deal with everything else. So you go, wait, what else is there? And as you mentioned, there's we explore the lives of the other victims and the other crimes that were committed by Andrew, and we sort of juxtapose that against another brilliant man, because Andrew and Gianni Versace were brilliant in their own ways, obviously in very different ways, but we kind of juxtapose this sort of ultimate creator and this ultimate destroyer, and how their lives are sort of connected by the same ambitions, but carried out in very different ways.
So why did he kill him?
Well, you got to watch the show.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, we can all assume we know the story.
I'll
His mind, the character, Andrew Cunanan's mind.
He was a very troubled young man. But it's that these things aren't simple. We tend to break it down into very simple categories to find culpability and to give it some kind of reason to us, because we can't fathom how people would do this. But if I had to boil it down to basic things, and hopefully the show will explore, get more into it. But here's a guy that had been kicked down his entire life, and was so gifted. He didn't follow the typical path of what we consider a killer to be. If you think of the Bundys and the got Dahmers, and there's only one of them. Hopefully, there's not more. There's not a plural.
That amazing killing family, the Dahmers.
the Dahmers.
The killer Dahmers.
On after the Bradys on Nick at Night. So when you think of these people, they have a history of violence and a history of behavioral patterns that sort of point to the eventual destruction that they would wreak on the world. Whereas Andrew was a very gifted, liked, smart, charming kid that when people who knew him in his younger life found out about this stuff, it was mortifying. I mean, imagine something that you loved or care about in high school that you really had fond memories of, and then all of a sudden you heard this horrible thing. It'd be hard to grasp. So, Andrew had a lot of demons that I think the sort of pressure cooker of the social landscape around him, it's both nature and nurture that kind of fostered this unhealthy sense of over-ambition and longing for what he couldn't have. I mean, again, I was talking about like the creator and destroyer sort of dichotomy.
Right.
This is a story about the have and the have-nots. You have somebody who has fame, success, love, happiness, and somebody who, for all intents and purposes, believes he should also have that by whatever circumstances doesn't have access
But why
to it.
Versace?
Because Versace is the pinnacle symbol of all those things I just said.
Okay.
And he's somebody that represents basically everything that Andrew felt like he deserved.
Wow.
And
And
now,
couldn't have.
So he killed him.
now playing him, obviously you're closer to him than a lot of other people that just know the story.
Sure.
Did you start to really feel bad for him, even though what
I
he
wouldn't
did
say
was
feel
awful?
bad, but I think, I'm in the business of empathy. That's what my life is, empathy. That's what I go to work for, what I believe in all walks of life, is finding the common denominators between yourself and everybody, whether they be on the subway, whether they be on the news, or whether they be somebody that has done something so unfathomably awful as Andrew Cunanan. But that's my job. I'm not asking people to feel bad or pardon him or exonerate the, again, obvious terrible things that he did. Mm-hmm. But I do ask people to bend their own senses of empathy and sort of find the parallels of their own life. How could this have been somebody or somebody within yourself? I mean, I think at the end of the day, we are way closer to the darkest parts of ourselves than any of us care to admit. And those emotions and those actions are we're capable of those things just as easily as we are capable of doing really amazing things. Right. And so that's the thing I like to remind people of when they watch this, and I'm curious to see how they see Andrew. But that's not out of my hands. We'll see.
So, are you commenting at all about the story about the Versace family? They're like they don't want any part of this. They've commented twice that I know of.
Yeah, I mean, look, this show is
fantastic publicity, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
For both sides, for the Versaces as well. I mean, of course I get where they're coming from. But I actually am. The Andrew Cunanan story has almost, even though they're tied together in the ultimate murder of Gianni, for the most part, they have nothing to do with each other. So the story of Andrew is sort of separate from their concern. But that is all based off of a huge amount of investigative journalism that was put into a best-selling nonfiction book by Maureen Orth, and that is called Vulgar Favors. And that's what our show is based off of. So that's the story that we're telling. And I think that, people get worried when they haven't seen it yet. And I think the work will speak for itself. And I hope, and I really hope that they think, well, we're doing right by them. I think we treat them with a lot of respect, and it's really when you start diving into Andrew's story that you start thinking like, whoa, wait, how did anybody think this was going to be an issue with the Versace?
Well, we can't wait. All right, now that we have this structure fully described by Darren Criss, let's talk about how fun it is. Your show is going to be on tonight.
I know, it gets dark. It gets dark really quick.
You've been working on this show for a long time.
Yeah, all year.
I mean, you've been putting a lot of time into it. There's a lot of moving pieces in this thing. 9 episodes. This is going to be, that's long.
It was like shooting 9 movies. Yeah. I mean, every episode was probably about 2 hours.
And it looks like it's beautifully shot. It's gorgeous. And of course, in the promos that they feature you and your character on, you look like you're just on another planet. I mean, when they said to you, okay, we want you to look in the camera like you want to murder the freaking camera. I mean, where do you go as an actor, Darren? Where do you go in your head? Or do you just like give him a face?
Well,
is it just are we just playing the game of play like, or do you really go somewhere in your mind to like get into a dark space?
Well, that's the thing. Like I said earlier, you're not. People always say, "What's it like to get in the mind of a killer?" And I go, "Well, I understand that the fascination."
Have you ever killed anyone?
Not that I know of.
Would you like to?
It hasn't come back to haunt me yet. I'm almost positive I have never done that, nor have I ever really had the desire to do so. But you find again. You find the common denominators between, if killing somebody is at the end of a long equation of ones and zeros throughout one's life, once you go to the first couple numbers, they're pretty identifiable and they're pretty accessible. It boils down to fear, pain, desire, love, stuff that we all can really relate to. So once you access those emotions, you just kind of ride that wave into the breakers.
You have killed someone, haven't you?
I have, I know. You got me. This is it. This is the big sting you had planned.
Tonight on FX, it's the very beginning of quite a ride with the assassination of Gianni Versace, it's American crime story. It's now time to test Darren. What are we calling this?
This is the test.
What are we calling this?
Do you know the people you work with?
Do you know the people you work with?
Do you know the people you work with?
All right, Darren.
The game.
Turn that old crappy music off. So you work closely with Chris Colfer in Glee. Mm-hmm. What's the name of his book series?
The Storyland books. Story. It's been a while.
The Land of Stories.
Land of Stories.
Sorry.
Obviously
don't know.
Chris.
You don't know crap.
I know. It's been a while. I've had my mind full of, assassination things.
Let's bring it up to current day. Penelope Cruz, your American Crime Story co-star, was born in what country?
Spain. She's from Madrid.
Very nice. Yeah. Max Greenfield, your American Crime Story co-star, has worked in what other Ryan Murphy show?
American Horror Story.
Which one?
Hotel.
Yeah,
baby.
You do have a
Try me.
What season of American Horror Story did your American Crime Story co-star Finn Wittrock star in?
He started in 3 and he kind of stuck with it for a while.
And which one was that?
First one was Freak Show.
Very nice. Name a Broadway show that Annalee Ashford, your American Crime Story co-star, performed in.
Which
Broadway show?
Just any of them?
Yeah.
Sunday in the Park with George.
Give us one that we know.
That's a huge one.
Gosh, that's a massive one. She did it with Jake Gyllenhaal, bro. That was a big deal.
What about Wicked? What about Legally Blonde? These are the ones I can
There's
relate
like
with.
80 million of them.
Edgar Ramirez, your American Crime Story co-star, speaks 5 languages. Name one of them other than English.
German.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Not even one of them.
German,
Yes, it is.
French, Spanish. I mean, he's like the real Dos Equis guy.
Hey, Darren Criss, you worked closely with Ryan Murphy on many projects. What club was he president of in high school?
Probably the Glee Club or something. I don't know.
No, the Meryl Streep fan club.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Surprise!
That's great. Aren't those the same? Isn't that the same demo?
Darren,
That's incredible.
name a country other than the U.S. where your American Crime Story co-star Matthew Broderick has a house.
Jeez. Wait, he's not my co-star. So wait, can you get a buzzer? Because that's not like true at all.
What? Brody, where the hell did you get this question?
That's the answer.
Oh, because he was going to be a part of the second season, which was going to be Katrina. So I see where the fault is.
Okay, Matthew Broderick has a house in what country other than the U.S.?
I don't know.
It's
England?
Ireland.
Oh, it's close. Close.
Number 9. We're almost done. It's almost time for your hard 805 out.
Oh gosh.
Your American Crime Story co-star Dennis Quaid is in a band.
Also not okay. But keep going.
Why is he in there? Why is this question on here?
What band is he in?
What band is he in? I have no idea. Quaid. The Quaids.
The guy that wrote the question's getting mad at me because he wrote bad questions.
The Quaids.
But here's a good one. Your Glee co-star and our friend Leah Michelle almost hit a celebrity with her car. Who was it?
Oh man. I don't know.
She
I don't want to know.
She almost hit John Bon Jovi.
Whoops.
Really? Wow.
Thank you for playing
Shot through the heart.
the game. All right, so tonight, wherever you are, I hope you enjoy the incredible energy in the room.
Of course. This
You
is
gotta-
great.
you
This is
gotta-
a very exciting time. I'm really, it's. What can I say?
Come back
I'm
for the
having a good time.
finale.
Yeah, let's. I love coming here, and I love celebrating this with you guys. It's been a fun little journey. You guys have been from the beginning to the middle to the end of this, so here we are. Woohoo, guys! Woohoo for the
Did you
Elvis
just
Duran show.
woohoo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Queen.
Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you very, very
And
much.
it's always great to see you. Darren
Likewise.
Criss, tonight on FX.
Thanks, guys.
The
Hope you
Assassination of
enjoy.
Gianni Versace American Crime Story. Thank you.